DevOps is much bigger than DevOps. Find out more next. SDR News coverage of AWS reInvent made possible by Dome9. Total control and visibility over your cloud infrastructure, network, and host security. Garantia, the in-memory NoSQL company, offering enterprise-class Redis for developers. Encapsula, website security, always-on protection from bots and DDoS and real-time stats on visitors and threats. Skillbase, leveraging MySQL and scaling out data at the speed of your business. And eMind, architecting, building, and operating enterprise-grade clouds in billion-dollar HIPAA, PCI DSS, and SOX environments. More coverage of AWS reInvent online or on the SDR News Roku channel.
Hi, Tim Crawford from ABOA here as part of SDR News, and I'm with Bob Fox from Evtt to talk a little bit about DevOps and what you're bringing to the party. Welcome to the program.
Great, thank you very much.
So tell me a little bit about Evtt. So why Evtt? If I'm a CIO, why do I care about Evtt? Tell me about what you're bringing to the table that's relevant, that's differentiating.
Sure, and I mean the important message for the CIO is we're much bigger than DevOps. DevOps is a part of what we do. It's an important part of what we do, but it's a little bit bigger than that. It's much bigger than that. We actually watch all of the applications. We're very interested in the application that's running, and by application we mean anything that talks to another application or services users. We watch that application and we start collecting information about it. So, sure, the standard, how much memory is it taking, how much CPU resources there, but also we look at things like every socket connection, every system call, everything that process is doing.
So is this something that would run within the enterprise? Is it running out in the cloud? Is it hosted? Is it traditional software? What's the deployment structure for a tool like this, or does it bridge across the two?
It's a great question, and yes, it absolutely bridges the two, right? So we're seeing people who are running this in their data center, they're running it in the cloud, and they're running it in hybrid clouds as well. So I just wanted to get back to the value for the CIO. Really what people are using us for is everything from the giving developers access to actually seeing how code is running in production. It's giving support people access to what's going on so they can reduce their mean time to repair and investigate. We're giving CIOs the ability to do real costs on specific applications, whether they're running locally or in the cloud.
Is this strictly for greenfield applications, or are we talking about legacy applications as well?
Just another absolutely great question. Both, right? So because we do not do anything inside of the application itself. We work at the operating environment level. As the operating environment spins out a new process, we start monitoring it.
Interesting. So if I'm going to get started, where are you seeing that your customers and prospects are starting to leverage your tool? What's a common use case that you see popping up for this?
So one of the more common use cases is around the support that I was talking about before. Things break, people want to get them fixed as fast as possible. People want to alert when they see things that are going wobbly, as one CIO told us the other day. One of the more common conversations that we're having right now is people who are looking to maybe migrate out to a cloud service like AWS, and they want to right-size their application. They don't want to be over-specifying, overspending for their cloud, and the only way to actually know what's going on is to capture that data from the running process.
Are you looking at just the performance data of the apps, or are you also looking at the cost data as well, especially when you get into cloud? And then for legacy or internal applications, how do you start to pull together that cost data?
Totally, another phenomenal question. So for my internally hosted apps, I can go and I can start assigning costs to specific things, network or CPU. In the case of Amazon here, one of the things that we just recently released is our integration with CloudWatch. So now we're able to pull that data in as well.
Okay, and then you started talking about how people are starting to use the app. So talk a little more about that in terms of, what's a good place to start? So if I'm coming in new, I'm starting to look at DevOps, I'd like to go beyond it. Where do I get started?
Right. So the place to start, of course, is appfirst.com. We've got a free download out there. We can get you started. You can get yourself started in probably about 30 seconds to do the install. You actually start seeing data up on dashboards that we provide out to you within a minute, and it's super easy from there.
Is this hosted or traditionally licensed software?
So we are software as a service. So behind so really where all the magic happens is back in the AppFirst cloud, which is a Hadoop H-based engine. What we do, all that data that we collect from the processes, we normalize it. We do some aggregations and do all the data science magic that people need to do to get things into Hadoop in the first place and make that data usable. And then we give you access to that data. Right, so the access to the data via dashboards like the one that's behind me, but also via a REST API. If you want to grab this data out and integrate it in with anything else you want, that's available.
Great, thanks a lot. So the best place to go is the website?
Absolutely, appfirst.com.
Very good. Thanks for your time, Bob.
Thank you.
Okay.